privileged, I am honored to be amongst my family. And the Prophet ﷺ has said, لا فرق بين عربي وعجمي إلا بالتقوى. The Prophet ﷺ said the difference between an Arab and a non-Arab, there's no difference except in piety, in iman, in high level of faith. ويقول الله سبحانه وتعالى إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. Allah the Almighty has said, verily, those who are pious, they are the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds at a high status. Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. Those who are most honorable in the sight of Allah are those who have taqwa. موضوعنا اليوم أيها الإخوة والأخوات عن التربية. Today our topic is about providing education for our teen. I have two televisions too. Okay. The hardest thing in life, the most difficult thing in life is to be a successful father and a successful mother. I don't care if you are the manager of the biggest company. That's great. But to be a successful father and a successful mother in this day and age is the most difficult. Because, respected brothers and sisters, at one stage when we used to educate our children, there was no interference. But now there are many people that interfere in the upbringing of our children. Social media, the internet, bad friends. The hardest thing in life is to be a successful father and a successful mother. And it doesn't matter much if you're in Indonesia or Malaysia or Australia or Saudi, because the world has become one country. Social media has an access that we never thought it will have. Whatever happens in Melbourne, Australia, within seconds it's here. And whatever happens, allow me to say, in KL, it'll be all over the world. And our children are seeking the same education to an extent. The curriculums that exist at school is very similar. You might have some Islamic studies, but the curriculum, the education system is very, very similar. You know, being a father of 11, alhamdulillah, I'm also a grandfather of 14, but this is very private, confidential. Wallahi, it's the hardest thing in life. Because, especially in the Western countries, your kids are not yours. Here, alhamdulillah, there's more Islamic sort of, regulations. There's an Islamic system. But if your son or daughter in Australia or in Britain or Canada or America decides to leave you, they can leave you, no problem. They can just walk out away from your house and you don't have any control. And they might take your son or daughter away from you because your son or daughter might say that my father hit me or my mother abused me verbally. Wallahi, it's so scary. I know many families, they can't see their sons or daughters. So we're living at a very difficult time. I always encourage the brothers and sisters, the mothers and fathers, if you can't control your kids, go to your country. Go to India. Go to Lebanon. Go to Saudi. Go to Malaysia. Go to Indonesia. Go. If you can't control your kids at a young age, how are you going to control them when they become adults, 18 years old, 23 years old? It's scary. Some of our Muslim sisters and brothers are marrying non-Muslims, Buddhists, Syeikh, Hindus, non-practicing men. I'm talking about non-practicing Christian men. It's very dangerous out there. It's really scary. So, respected brothers and sisters, I beg you, I am begging you, for the sake of Allah, to provide time for your children. Many parents in this day and age, their mother and their father, their husband and their wife, and their children is the phone. They hang on to the phone more than they hang on to their, the Quran. Please, respected parents, your kids need love. If you don't give them love, they will get it from George or Michelle or someone that wants to take advantage of them or someone that wants to abuse them. Please be careful. And we all know the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, كل مولود يولد على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. What an amazing saying of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, every newborn is born in a state of natural belief. So every young boy and young girl are Muslim. فَأَبَوَاهُ يُهَوِّدَانِهِ. Their parents make him a Jew or a Christian or a worshipper of the fire. So this hadith shows us the impact and the influence from the parents upon their sons or daughters. Wallahi. فَأَبَوَاهُ يُهَوِّدَانِهِ. Their parents make him a Jew or a Christian or a Meghan. Your kids, if they see you praying, listening to the Quran, respecting your husband respecting his wife, they will grow in a healthy Islamic environment. But if the kids don't see you pray, and they don't see you respecting your husband, and the husband neglects his wife and his children, they will grow up psychologically affected. Wallahi al-Azim. So we need to provide a proper environment for our children. Otherwise, we're going to lose them. And there are many wolves that are out there, the ab that are out there, that would like to snatch your son and your daughter. That's why a scholar was asked, when should I teach my son Islam? From what age? He said, how old is your son? He said, 2 years old. He said, it's too late. So what do you mean it's too late? He said, you start educating your son or daughter before marriage. So what are you talking about? He said, by selecting the right wife and by the wife selecting the right husband. Respected sisters that are single, don't look at your face, just only the facial feature or how much money he's got. Look at his taqwa. إن الله لا ينظر إلى وجوهكم ولا إلى أجسادكم ولكن ينظر إلى قلوبكم وأعمالكم. The Prophet has said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah does not look at your facial feature nor your body structure, but He looks at your heart and your deeds. For that reason, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said to the parents, من جاءكم من ترضون دينه وخلقه فزوجوه فإن لم تفعلوا تكن فتنة في الأرض وفساد عريض وفي حديث فساد كبير. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whomever comes to you, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is addressing the mother and father, whomever comes to you and you're pleased with their religion and their character, accept them for marriage. He didn't say how much money they have. He didn't say they have to be from Malaysia or Indonesia or Saudi or Egypt. No. He said, Deen khuluq. Whomever comes to you and you're pleased with their deen, they fear Allah. They love Allah. Khuluq, good character. Because some people memorize the Quran and they have very bad character. Isn't that right? Yes. What an amazing deen we have. What an amazing deen. Deen ajib. ولهذا السبب يقول الله عز وجل اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Our religion is so perfect. It is so unique. That's why Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world today. Allah has said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and today I perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and I have chosen for you Islam as your religion. I am one of those little people in Melbourne, Australia. I have seen thousands of people embrace Islam. Wallahi al-Azim. Thank you, Allah. Sisters, brothers, do you sometimes think like I do? Do you think, how would I be or you be without Islam? Do you cry sometimes? Wallah, I cry sometimes. I say, thank you, Allah, for Islam. Without Islam, what would I be? Would I be worshipping a cow? Would I be worshipping Jesus or Moses or a statue or money or women or my own desire? Thank you, Allah. Respected brothers and sisters, when you get up in the morning, what do you say? Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da ma amatana wa ilayhi nushur. Alhamdulillah, ya Allah, for Islam. Alhamdulillah. All praises to Allah who has given us life after our life has been taken away from us. Thank you, Allah, for Islam. Say thank you. Without Islam, we're nothing. Wallahi al-Azim, without Islam, we're nothing. We're insignificant. We say, all praise to Allah who's given us life after our life has been taken away from us, and to Allah we shall return. Did you know, brothers and sisters, every night we die? It's called al-mawtat as-sughra, the small death. Small death. We all sleep, deep sleep. Our soul exits the body, and some people, their soul does not come back to their body and they die in their beds. So when we get up, alhamdulillah. We Muslims should not have depression. We Muslims should not have anxiety. We Muslims should not pop pills. We have Al-Quran. وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاء وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Didn't say لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. Allah has said subhanahu wa ta'ala. We descend what is in the Quran, what is shifa, cure, remedy, wa rahma, mercy. To whom? للمؤمنين, not Muslims. Muslim, mu'min, muhsin. In Islam there's ranks. للمؤمنين, those who really believe. This Quran is shifa to those, to the believers. قُلْ هُوَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا هُدًى وَشِفَاء. Say it is to those who believe, hudan, guidance and shifa. Alhamdulillah for Islam. From the bottom of our heart. For that reason Allah has said subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةً مَقَلْ نِعَمِ نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. Allah the Almighty has said, if you were to count the blessing of Allah, you'll never be able to count it. You will never be able to count it. So, deen and khuluq, religion and character. Respected sisters and brothers, I have a question for you. I don't like just to give lectures like this. I want people to also be involved. What can a person do? If you do something, you'll be rewarded every day as if you're fasting every day. And at night, it is like you're doing qiyam every night, night prayer. What can a person do to achieve this status? A question from me. What is it? What can a person do every day and they will get rewarded as if they're fasting every day and they are doing night prayer every night? Your answer. What's your answer? يقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام إن المؤمن ليدرك بحسن خلقه. That a believer reaches with a good character as if he is or she is praying every night and fasting every day. Amazing hadith. So through your character, if you have a good conduct, if you're nice to people, Muslims and non-Muslims, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Allah has said subhanahu wa ta'ala. يقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. The Prophet ﷺ said, and treat people with the good conduct. People, Muslims, non-Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, monks, atheists. You want to bring them into Islam. People are suffering. Without Islam, people are suffering. So you need to introduce Islam to them. And the best way to introduce Islam is through your smile, your contentment, your kindness, your generosity. Your smile,